Gold Plus is the first fully Indian and one of the fastest growing glass manufacturing company in India, producing international quality float glass, mirrors, reflective glass, frosted glass, architectural glass, automobile glass, and industrial glass. Coming events cast its shadow before. That holds true for Gold Plus Glass Industries Limited. Since its establishment in 1985, Gold Plus Glass has been doing things differently and has always aimed towards customer delight rather than customer satisfaction. Under the guidance of Mr. Subhash Tyagi, Gold Plus Glass started its journey with the glass trading business and within no time in early 90s became one of the biggest glass traders in India. In 1996, Gold Plus entered into glass processing business and within no time again, it was the #1 glass processing company of the country, providing complete range of processed glass and was having the biggest infrastructure in India to do the same. Year 2005 has become the historical year for Mr. Subhash Tyagi and for the whole Indian glass industry, when Gold Plus decided to set up a float plant. In November 2006, the foundation stone for one of the biggest dreams was laid by Honorable Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Shri Narayan Dutt Tiwari. In January 2009, the history was written when Mr. Subhash Tyagi's company Gold Plus Glass Industries Limited, Roorkee, Uttarakhand, has become the first truly Indian company to start producing international quality float glass. This was the real big distinction and was one of the major achievements. Mr. Subhash Tyagi's vision, hard work, planning and never give up attitude has ensured the success of Gold Plus and still paving its path to growth.
हमारा जो खासतौर से हमारी कंपनी का जो काम करने का स्टाइल रहा है वो ये कि जिस भी फील्ड में रहे हैं और जितने भी दायरे में रहे हैं एटलीस्ट नंबर 1 पोजीशन में रहे। तो जब ट्रेडर रहे तो बड़े रहे, जब प्रोसेसर हुए तो भी बड़े प्रोसेसर रहे, लेकिन जैसे मैन्युफैक्चरर हुए तो बड़े नहीं रहे, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली बड़ा बनना है।
With production facilities in Roorkee, Sonipat, Himachal Pradesh, the Gold Plus Glass manufacturing plant is covering a consolidated area of 4,20,000 square meters.
जो हमारी सरकार की भी आज की प्रधानमंत्री की योजना है मेक इन इंडिया, उनका एक ही सपना है कि मैक्सिमम चीज़ें जो भी हो सकें वो इंडिया में ही बने और इंडिया में से और या एक्सपोर्ट। उनके मेक इन इंडिया सपने को साकार करने में हमारा भी एक बहुत बड़ा रोल रहेगा कि एटलीस्ट 100% इंडियन ओन कंपनी जितना मैक्सिमम हो सकता है फॉरेन करेंसी भी बचाएंगे और इंडिया की सर्विस भी पूरी देंगे।
During this journey, Mr. Subhash Tyagi has become the recipient of various awards and recognitions from the government for his social contributions. He is also one of the founder members of Federation of Safety Classes or FOSG, the largest association of all India glass processors. Mr. Subhash Tyagi has earned the distinction of serving as the President of All India Glass Manufacturers Federation from April 2013 to March 2014, which is one of the biggest glass manufacturers association of the country. The whole Indian glass industry believes that Mr. Subhash Tyagi is a self-made man. But Mr. Subhash Tyagi strongly believes that only God is self-made in this world. Being a true leader and visionary, he always gives credit of his success to his team.
एक चैलेंज हमारे सामने और बहुत बड़ा जो रहता है वो ये कि ग्लास इंडस्ट्री में सिर्फ 5 प्लेयर हैं। 5 में से 4 किसी न किसी मल्टीनेशनल के साथ में या 100% मल्टीनेशनल है। एक अकेली जो गोल्ड प्लस है वो 100% इंडियन ओन कंपनी है। तो ये भी हमारे लिए एक अचीवमेंट का काम होगा कि जैसा सरकार सोच रही है हम भी उसी रास्ते पर सोच रहे हैं।
In spite of being the only example in the country where a person has become the chairman of the float glass manufacturing company, Mr. Subhash Tyagi believes that his journey has just started, and with the same zeal and vigor, he started the work for his second float line in Roorkee, Uttarakhand. The new line will be up and running within a record period of 15 months and will make Gold Plus Glass Industry Limited the second largest float glass manufacturer in India. Mr. Subhash Tyagi, apart from being a very successful businessman, is a very down-to-earth person who's always available for his employees and glass industry for any kind of help needed. It is interesting to note that the smooth, clear, virtually distortion-free float glass is actually manufactured from some of the coarsest ingredients, the most abundant of them being the sand, sodium carbonate, limestone, along with dolomite, salt cakes, and carbon is added last but not the least. And also an interesting ingredient is the cullet, or in other words, recycled crushed glass. Once the raw materials arrive from the storage area, they are moved to the silos. They are then drawn from the silos in appropriate proportions for weighing and mixing through the use of hoppers, chutes, and dust collectors. The mix thus formed is termed as a batch, and it is delivered to the melting furnace by belt conveyors. The mixed batch from batch house is fed into furnace storage bin. Furthermore, the furnace is also lined with temperature sensors to monitor the heat generated within. A batch charger controls the amount of batch fed into the furnace. Natural gas burners are used to heat up the furnace to the melting temperature of 1600 degrees Celsius. The solid particles in the batch melts and transforms into a molten, viscous liquid as it flows through the mouth, through the melter area of the furnace, into the refiner. The molten glass is stirred into a homogenized mixture by the stirrers. A computerized process control system is enforced in the melting furnace. The furnace as a whole is insulated with special airflow features, which enables the furnace to operate at maximum fuel efficiency, thereby minimizing the emission of air-polluting gases. Its delicate design helps to meet specific gross daily production demands of the plant. The next step in the glass manufacturing process is ribbon formation that takes place in tin bath. From the melting furnace, the liquid glass is fed into tin bath, also known as the float bath, pre-filled with molten tin. The molten glass doesn't mix with the molten tin, but instead forms a separate layer on the top of the tin and floats over it, just like oil when poured on water. It is during this step where the glass takes its shape and cools down, thus solidifying into a smooth, distortion-free fine glass sheet. The width and thickness of the glass sheet or ribbon thus formed are defined by an operator in the control room. The Gold Plus float furnace is capable of producing glass ribbons with thicknesses ranging from 2 to 12 mm and of any desired width up to 3660 mm. The Gold Plus float furnace can produce clear glass up to a gross daily production tonnage of 470 metric tons per day. The next step after ribbon formation is annealing of glass that takes place in the annealing layer. The primary function of an annealing layer furnace is to gradually cool the glass coming from the float furnace using the renowned ISRA Vision German technology. The freshly manufactured float glass is inspected for any and all types of body and surface defects. Glass that fails to meet the quality standards are identified and recycled as cullet. The last steps that complete the manufacturing cycle include cutting, packing, storage, and shipping. The cooled glass ribbon is brought to the cutting area by a mechanical roll drive system. A glass trim and scoring system is applied to monitor the scoring and cutting of the glass by the use of carbide cutting wheels placed in a X and Y or parallel and perpendicular system. The plant's cutting system is capable of automatically cutting and scoring glass as per dimensions specified by the company's clients. An integral task delegated to the cutting system is to collect the edges of the cut glass along with the rejected glass from the laser sorter step, if any at all, and send them to cullet storage yard for later reuse. The glass ribbons are separated into leads for packaging ease on the packing table, after which an auto stacker automatically stacks and transfers them to the warehouse for later shipment. Today, in 2016, Gold Plus employs over 1,000 people, having more than 4.5 million square feet of self-owned area and doing turnover of more than rupees 500 crores. It is also interesting to know here that way back in 1985, Gold Plus has started with a team of 7 people, including Chairman Subhash Tyagi from a rented premises of 300 square meter, and was doing turnover of just rupees 10 lakhs per annum. Mr. Suresh Tyagi, the managing director and younger brother of the chairman, Mr. Subhash Tyagi, is one of the oldest members of the Gold Plus family. With his vast knowledge and practical experience in project execution and commercial production,
गोल्ड प्लस को इस ऊंचाई तक पहुंचाने में हमारे एसोसिएट और सप्लायर का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है, जिन्होंने अपनी कंपनी समझकर हमेशा साथ दिया है। गोल्ड प्लस एक ऐसा परिवार है जहां लोग गोल्ड प्लस में काम नहीं करते, गोल्ड प्लस के साथ काम करते हैं।
Mr. Suresh Tyagi has transformed the Gold Plus company into an empire. The Gold Plus float glass manufacturing plant at Roorkee extends over 381,000 square meters in area, with a float glass production capacity of 470 metric tons per day. The plant manufactures float glass of varying thickness from 2 mm to 12 mm, mirror glass, clear reflective glass, frosted glass and lacquered glass. Additionally, the plant also has a mirror coating line with an installed capacity of 12,000 square meters per day. The Roorkee float plant of Gold Plus owes its success to one of the profound members of the company, Mr. Jimmy Tyagi. Quite enthusiastically, he has taken up the responsibility of setting up and running the Roorkee float glass plant upon his shoulders.
One of the most important reasons for our growth and success is the choice of technology that we have made in. We have worked in a direction to procure the best available technology in the world. Our aim has been to not to compromise on the quality of the product. If you have to compete with the best in the world, you have to produce a product that is among the best in the world. And for that you need the best technology from all around the world. And we have done that.
He has been successfully doing so for over 8 years. Much of the company's toughened laminate and insulated glass are processed in the state of Himachal Pradesh and Haryana. Gold Plus has set up a production facility over 27,000 square meters in area in Himachal and another in Sonipat, stretching over 10,500 square meters. All facilities are equipped with high-end glass processing machinery. Marketing and promotion is rooted down deep into every business, and there is none more qualified to drive the sales and marketing functions of Gold Plus both across India and neighboring country other than Mr. Vivek Dubey, the sales and marketing director, a very popular name in the industry, who has been associated with Gold Plus since more than 18 years.
गोल्ड प्लस अभी तक अकेली ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो ग्लास के सारे वर्टिकल्स में रही है। हम लोग रिटेलर भी रहे हैं, हम लोग होलसेलर भी रहे हैं, हम लोग प्रोसेसर भी रहे हैं और हम लोग मैन्युफैक्चरर भी हैं। तो हमने जो फोकस रखा वो सिर्फ एक ही बात पे रखा कि वो क्या चीज़ें थी जो हमारे